PLDT's statement of financial position. In year 2022, the total current asset is 13% of the total asset, which makes it lower compared to the total non-current asset with 87%. In year 2023, the total non-current asset is composed of 88% of the total assets, which makes it higher compared to the total current asset with 12%. Therefore, we conclude that there is a both decrease in the current and non-current asset and a significant investment in the property and equipment in the business. Now, focusing on the liabilities and owner's equity, in 2022, the total liability is 82% of the total liabilities and owner's equity, which is higher compared to the total owner's equity, which is only 18%. In 2023, the total liability has decreased to 81%, which still makes it higher compared to the total owner's equity with only 19%. This signifies that the business is financed by creditors and mostly engaged in heavy borrowings. But this is not a good connotation for the business, and it is recommended that the business must watch over their loans.
And now, let's discuss the horizontal analysis of a PLDT company. It indicates that the total asset and total equity and liability has increased in peso by 465 million with 0% or 0.07%. In the total asset, the asset classified held for sale has a significant impact with increased amount of 7,382,000,000 with 84%. In the total equity and liability, the liabilities associated with asset classified as held for sale has the impact with increased amount of 1,738,000,000 with 78%. It is highly probable that the company will be released through sale rather than continue to use. In current ratio, the 2023 is higher than in 2022 by 2%. However, it is not still acceptable of the standard current ratio. It indicates that a company or a business have not enough cash on hand to cover its debt obligation due less than a year.
As to liquidity, the quick ratio appears to increase in 2022 but decreases in 2023. This indicates that PLDT's failure to meet its indication or its required average ratio in 2022 and in 2023 has left the company's financial position risky, leaving it unable to fulfill its debts since it lacks the quick assets necessary to meet its short-term obligations.
Now let's proceed to the debt to equity ratio. To get the debt to equity ratio, the given formula is total liability over total equity. Here in PLDT company, the total liability contains the total debt, including the current portion of the interest-bearing financial liabilities, lease liabilities, and derivative financial liabilities, then less to the cash and cash equivalents, short-term investments, and debt instruments at amortized cost, then divided by the total equity. As you can see, PLDT's debt to equity ratio increased by 0.14% by year 2023. This implies that a company has more debt than equity. Therefore, PLDT company has a tendency to face financial issues such as bankruptcy.
An equity to asset ratio is derived by dividing the total equity to total asset. So, As you can see, the total average of 2023 is 0.19 and the total average of 2022 is 0.18. It says that in year 2023, it increases its average to 1% than the previous year. Shareholders own 19% of the company's equity, so it means their company owned by its owner and not effectively by its investors. And there is bankruptcy where occurs since there is a lower equity.
When a company's debt to total asset ratio is higher than its indicated average ratio, then the company would face a higher debt. In PLDT's case in 2022 and in 2023, it is harder for them to raise a new debt during their downturn, as a highly leveraged company are more likely to miss payments.